In the past year, I've made a lot of space for change in my life, change in my environment, with the people that I surround myself with the thoughts that I give energy to, my actions, my projections, all of that. I've been able to change. I'm gonna dive into how to make space for change in your life. Before any of that, you have to get clear on who you want to be. It's really important to get clear on the type of person that you want to be and get clear on what you want out of this life. The person that you want to be has to be genuine and true to you. I can't tell you the type of person you should be, and no one else can but you. Realizing that you're the only person that can control the type of person that you are and how you show up in your own life can be really freeing, but also scary at the same time, because you realize that you have that full control to respond, to move in a certain way, to focus on different things than other people. Coming to this realization can be harsh, but also freeing. But in that same way, I really advise you to start by making a list of the type of person that you want to be and the experiences that you want to have. So for me, when I created my list, I think I did this actually yesterday, last night. I was just journaling, but I came up with my list, and what I noticed is that the experiences that I wanted to have were very creative experiences that also showed a pattern of some level of play in my life. So I know the type of person that I want to be, what's most fulfilling, and the experiences that I want to have is having some level of play, but also creative control over what I'm doing. If you have a lot of destinations, you know that you want to be experienced in traveling. If you listed that you want to try a few new hobbies and you actually listed out those hobbies, then you know that you have some level of play and newness that has to be in your daily life. You will start to notice these trends, and that'll help you not only shape the type of person that you want to show up as, but also, again, continue to add onto that list of the experiences that you want to have. This list has no limits. You can write down the material things that you want, the people that you want to meet, the people that you want to be in your network, places that you want to visit, food spots that you want to go to that you've always wanted to, activities that you want to try. This list is not limiting at all. Once you write down the things that you want, and you switch your thinking from I can't get these things, or oh yeah, I'll never really make it there, to maybe I can, or maybe I should at least try, you'll notice that your mind will immediately start giving you possibilities and suggestions on how to get that thing that you want, how to get that thing that's on your list. It's a very, honestly, like mind-blowing thing. Your mind is very, very powerful, so it's important to go through this exercise and realize that you have control over it. And that control starts by, one, again, knowing what you want, the experiences that you want to have, the things that you want to have, the people that you want to meet, and then being able to say, like, okay, maybe I can have these things. It doesn't have to go from I can't to I can just yet. Some things that are on my list: I want to travel, I want to be directing films, I want to have a really supportive and loving community around me. This all shows me the type of experiences that I want to have. I want to have that support and community around me. I want to be seeing new places, meeting new people, being immersed in different cultures. And then again, having that level of play where I have creative freedom and autonomy over the work that I'm doing. Now that you have some clarity on the type of person that you want to be and the experiences that you want to have, I want to get back now to those 3 pillars of how to actually make space for change in your life. That is making change in your environment, change in the thoughts that you give energy to, and change in your actions. When it comes to changing your environment, I want to focus on your physical environment, but then also the people that you surround yourself with. You have to really get clear on the values that you have as a person. If you're someone who doesn't drink, don't surround yourself by people who do. If you're someone who doesn't like to gossip, don't surround yourself by people who gossip. I think that's pretty straightforward, but when you really start to think of the places and the areas in your life that you want to change, it's okay to kind of take a step back and say, okay, my values just don't align with them. You're only doing a disservice to yourself if you're continuing to be around people that aren't challenging you, that aren't helping you become the type of person that you want to be. You have to be able to recognize that though. So if you're tired of having the same type of conversations where you're talking negatively about other people, or you always find yourself in some level of drama or clashing with another person, take a step back and recognize and realize, okay, is my environment contributing to these experiences that I no longer want to have? Another big thing is literally changing your physical environment. Now, personally, people ask me how am I able to move around or always find myself in a different city, in a different state every year. And one, that's because I align myself with those type of opportunities to change my physical environment. For my college audience, I really challenge you to align yourself with opportunities that will cover your housing or stay for the summer or for co-op during the academic year. This to me has been something that I really cherish and I value. Those type of experiences for the past couple summers where I've been able to travel to an entire different city, an entire different state, have my housing and transportation covered, and be able to literally experience a new environment, a new city, different people. I mean, talking to locals is just a whole different experience. Being able to see different lifestyles, meet new people. This is really important to having that change in your environment to, one, spark creativity in whatever you do. You can be creative in your corporate job, you can be creative in a art form. Changing your physical environment just helps you to become more creative and also think of more possibilities to get the things that you want. So for me, when I've been able to travel, it really helps me with my creativity to think of different videos to make, different content that I want to shoot, different ways of getting content, filming different videos, short film ideas, which I'll touch more on that on another video. But changing your physical environment really just helps you to see different parts of the world, expand your mind a little bit, and then of course meet different people to add onto that immediate circle of yours that's going to get you to where you want to be. This is still kind of towards my college audience, but if you have the chance to move to an apartment or move to a new apartment, take that chance, especially if it's within the same price range, ideally the same price or less expensive, and you have that opportunity to change to a different floor, change to a different room, change to a different building, take that. And for those who aren't able to up and move or move to a different apartment, even if it's close by, I also challenge you to rearrange your room, rearrange the space that you're currently living in, because that just brings in a whole different level of energy and honestly vibration to where you currently are staying. So for me, I like to rearrange my room, or especially as the seasons change, to change my decor. This is also more cost effective than, say, literally up and moving from one apartment to the next, or one location or city to the next. So definitely consider this. If it's been a while that you've been in one place, just rearrange your room. It'll give you a different level of energy and a different type of energy in your physical space, and overall it'll make you feel a bit newer and refreshed, even though you've been, say, in that same room or same apartment. I'm going into my junior year of college, and I have experienced changed my environment every single year. I mean, I went to sharing a very small room with another girl, and then my second year having kind of forced to be in an apartment, and then now I have to change apartments, which is just down the street. It's all very new that I've experienced every single year, but I'm taking it full on, and I'm gonna be uncomfortable at first, but I'm gonna settle in and adapt as I go. This now leads into changing the thoughts that you give energy to. I mentioned at the beginning of this video, changing your mindset from I can't to maybe I can. This ties into that. When you think about building momentum to change different areas of your life, it all starts in what you're focusing on. If you're focusing on ways that you can't do something, you're only going to see all the ways that you can't do it. This is going to be the most difficult because it is what you need to then change your actions. Changing your thought process is hard because you have to decondition what you've already been taught, what you've already been learning and applied to certain situations. You have to relearn and recondition yourself to move forward in thinking in a new way, in a new mindset. This is very, very difficult, and it's probably going to take the longest time when it comes to really embracing and building that momentum of changing your entire life. And you'll notice that if you skip this, you're not going to be consistent with your actions, because you need to be consistent with your thoughts first. One way to change your thoughts is by writing them down. You will literally start to read all of the thoughts that may be limiting or self-sabotaging to where you want to get to. Now, once you start to, and this doesn't have to be fully, but once you start to change the thoughts that you give energy to, and what I mean by that is, instead of focusing on what's not working, instead of focusing on what's not going right, what's not going as planned, focus on ways that you can make it go as planned. Focus on the ways in which that it is going right, that it is actually working in your favor, because again, it's just going to help you continue that momentum of moving and taking those actions in the way of where you are trying to go and the person that you're trying to show up as and the experiences that you want to have. And of course, this leads to change in your action. Focusing on what you have rather than what you lack will help you to move in a way that is more affirming to you, move in a way that helps you to build your confidence and your self-esteem as you're just trying to pursue a goal. We may think of the end goal a lot, and we either blow it up as something that is really unattainable, or we dim it down. You want to kind of fall in the middle of that. This is something that I want. Here are all the ways in which that I can make this happen, regardless of my current situation. Continue to hold on to what's self-affirming to you. Continue to hold on to what allows you to have some control, because at the end of the day, we all want to have some level of control over our life situation, over our careers, over what we do on a daily basis. We all look for control. It's not easy to come out of your comfort zone and all of this, but it's important to. We talk about change a lot. We talk about wanting to do this, wanting to go after this, but it's more important to understand that gap between thought and action. There's a lot in that space, but at the same time, there doesn't have to be. You already have all the answers within yourself. It's about simply taking that action and focusing on those thoughts that show you the possibilities, that show you how you can show up in situations better, that show you how you can move in the person that you want to be in, that can help show you how to get those experiences that you so want. So I hoped this helped in some way. I think I definitely want to make a part 2 going a bit more in depth. I wanted to cover it a bit more generally today, again, just to help you or help anyone who's watching this video how to simply make space for change in your life. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest, whether that is really understanding how to change your environment, how to change the thoughts that you give energy to, or how to change your actions. All of these are really important to being the person that you want to be and getting those experiences that you want to have. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.